Robots ready.
Start your motors. Let's Robotica out.
Get ready.
Let's do it. Welcome to Robotica, the ultimate proving ground for robotic warriors. In order to win it all, our builders and their bots will have to tame the Gauntlet, vanquish the Labyrinth, and survive the fight to the finish. I'm on Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm Tanya Memi. And you're just in time to witness robot action like you've never seen it before.
Let's meet our first set of competitors. Now, entering the arena. In a land of titanium, this bot proves that his bark is worse than anyone's bite. It's Tiger Wood. Joining the heavyweights at 207 pounds, Tiger Wood's frame is made of pure oak, driven by dual permanent magnet DC motors with a chain reduction transmission. This robot has tank-style steering. And when it comes to weaponry, it's back to the standard, pure steel in the shape of a triangular sawtooth lifting plate that also serves as a ramming spike.
And Tiger Wood was designed by Errol Miller, a resident of Chino, California. Errol's an avid woodworker with all the skills of an engineer. He combined his talent and hobby to create Tiger Wood, Robotica's first ever wooden robot.
We built a robot almost entirely out of wood, and it fights like a tiger. You know what? We call it Tiger Wood, opening up new opportunities for carpenters and woodworkers at Robotica.
And his opponent, here comes 173 pounds of Spitfire, wound up into lightning-fast spinning steel grinders. He's just itching for a big boy to sink his teeth into. It's the Tick. This low-riding robot has his wheels set at a 23-degree angle for increased stability. With a huge 15-to-1 chain reduction drive, the 1 horsepower of motor strength will generate more than enough torque to tangle with the big bots. And those 6 spinning grinders get going up to 4,000 RPM, which will send robot parts a-flying.
And the Tick was created by David Gilson. David is a part-time scoutmaster from Omaha, Nebraska, who got the inspiration for his robot while on a nature hike. He hopes his robot is as indestructible as its namesake.
I'm Team Critter, and my bot's named the Tick. And like real ticks, we can't be killed by being smashed, but we're here to suck all the volts out of all the other bots.
Our first event is called the Gauntlet, and it puts sheer speed and brute force to the ultimate test. Here's how it works. Bust through the wood, pummel the cans, beat the bricks, and waste the blocks. Through the rubble, then it's up the ramp and through the glass, and the Gauntlet's yours.
Let's go down to Dan Danknick ringside.
One of the great things about Robotica is that the builders have to design with a variety of challenges in mind. The ramp is a significant obstacle in the Gauntlet because it presents competing demands. Low ground clearance, which is the very thing that will help you through the bricks and cans, will prevent you from getting up the ramp. Look for robots that get behind in this event to catch up while their opponent struggles to ascend the ramp. Back to you.
Thanks, Dan. The Gauntlet is ready. The robots are ready. Are you ready? You better be, because here it comes. The Gauntlet.
Robots ready.
We're underway. Tiger Wood bolts off the line, slams into the cans. Look like he's got one stuck right underneath his middle. The Tick, no such problems. He added the plow for this event. And there go the bricks. Tiger Wood is free now, turning toward the bricks. The Tiger Wood cam. Oh, he goes up the rail there. Nice. Now he's off and right through the blocks. He's at the halfway point. The Tick heads for the blocks. He's spinning his tires a bit, Dan.
Here's the hitch with those wheels, Amit. Because of their angle, the Tick doesn't have as much tire touching the ground, so he gets less traction.
Here comes Tiger Wood the other way, and now they meet at the blocks. I think the Tick will get credit for the wall. Oh, they slip right past each other. Neither one looking to butt heads here. You see David Gilson content to work on the rubble piles now. The Tick slowly works that plow into the debris. Tiger Wood knocks down the rest of the bricks. The frame is holding up amazingly well. The Tick, however, is still fighting with debris here.
You see that mess that Tiger Wood left for him. 3 different types of rubble all sitting in the same place. Meanwhile, the Tick left his walls partially intact, which limits the amount of debris Tiger Wood has to deal with, especially if he goes through the same gaps.
Tiger Wood gets past the cans, and out over the wood to Grandma's house he goes. Tiger's driver, David Miller, is lining up the ramp. Here he goes. And Tiger Wood is up and swiftly takes out 4 panes of glass. He continues around the perimeter there, and the Tick barrels forward now. He's at the starting area, looking for those 5 points for being second up the ramp, and he's got them. This match will come down to the bonus pay. Ooh, collision there. Beautiful. Tiger right up that plow of the Tick. He backpedals, hits him again, and on top of him again. Now the Tick pushes backwards. Oh! Tiger Wood in the gutter. Tiger Wood with that nose in the air. Tiger's driver David Miller is not happy. There's no getting out of there. And the platform now belongs to the Tick.
And now we see the advantage of those angled wheels, Amit. They provided no pushing surface for Tiger Wood, who found himself climbing on top of the Tick, who could then push him around anywhere he wanted.
Bonus paint on its way down. Here goes the Tick. Oh, wrong angle. Tiger Wood is fighting to get out of that gutter. He's actually making progress. Tick has readjusted here. He needs to back up and get more speed. Can Tiger get out in time? Oh, yeah, the answer is no. The Tick takes it. Some damage to that plow, but a great comeback on the platform. That's what makes this event great. David Gilson is pumped. Congrats from his teammates. This was a great performance.
Amit, by avoiding confrontation early, both bots kept this game close and forced a showdown on the platform. The Tick's angled sides proved to be the more stable design and gave him the victory.
And there it is. The Tick takes the Gauntlet. Score there, the Tick, 80 points, and Tiger Wood with 70. Tanya is congratulating our winner as we speak. Tanya?
All right, here we have David Gilson representing the Tick with Team Critter. What a great round of competition. That was amazing.
Oh, yeah, I loved it, man. I love that Tiger Wood bot we were going up against. Man, I tell you what, though, if my mom seen me scratch that wood like that, she'd spank me.
She'd be very disappointed in you now, wouldn't she?
Yeah, but I tell you what, when we went up against my critters, if you look on the side of the bot, the blades, my critters took care of them pretty good, didn't they?
Now, Tiger seemed a lot more powerful, generally speaking.
Yes.
Was this luck or strategy, do you think?
Partly strategy, partly luck. We went out there and we wanted to do the best. When we qualified, we had a little bit of problems with high centering on bricks, so we made some modifications to the wedge, and we came in here, and that modification seemed to work beautifully. We went out through there, they will plow through all the obstacles. Not as fast as the Tiger, but we were fast enough to keep them from taking the any of our points from our side, and then we had enough advantage going through their mess, and then they were able to get on there beforehand, but we were able to get up there, and they came after us pretty hard, and we just happened to have a little bit lower bot than them, and they came up on top of us, and we were able to push them right off to the side, and after that it was a free run.
Now, what about the wedge on your bot?
That is, we call that a mask, really. And that was mainly designed for this particular competition. For the next couple of competitions, we're going to have what we call a spinning drum. Actually, it's a hybrid, and it's actually made out of sprockets, farm implement sprockets, assembling hardened, and they spin about between 35 and 4,500 RPMs. And I tell you what, when we were out practicing at home, when we went over wood, it sounded so cool, and I just can't wait to leave some teeth marks in the Tiger next round.
Awesome round of competition. Woo! Love it. Next round, moving on to the left.
Thanks, Tanya. Now it's time to meet our next set of competitors. Now, entering the arena, he's 210 pounds of chisel swinging madness. Beware, he's Fury. Fury's puncture-proof polyurethane wheels are configured in a bi-modal design. 4 1-horsepower motors drive the bot forward, while 2 more drive his weapon, a pair of steel chisels that spin at a frothing 3,000 RPM.
And Fury was designed by Brian Ondov. Brian is a computer science major at Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute in Rochester, New York. Along with his electrical engineer teammate John Blackburn, he plans to unleash his robotic Fury on tonight's competition.
We are Team Attrition out of Troy, New York. Our robot Fury features an invertible design and chisels that move at 214 miles an hour.
And his opponent. All right, my little droogies. Here's a machine that's just right for a bit of the old ultra-violent. Jamming the scales at 210 pounds, Ultraviolence packs 8 horsepower in the drivetrain, powered by a custom battery pack that peaks at 500 amps. Another 4 horses run the weapon, a rotating blade that achieves a sick 300 miles per hour at the tip, sure to slash through any armor that gets in his way.
And Ultraviolence was designed by Jeff Sesnick. Jeff is a veteran robot builder from Stephen City, Virginia. 3 generations of robot designs have led to Ultraviolence, his newest and meanest creation.
We're Team Suspect. We were here last year with Critical Mass. We're here this year with Ultraviolence, and there's no substitute for experience.
Now, before we turn our robots loose, let's go down to our robot expert and science correspondent, Dan Danknick.
Thanks, Tanya. Ultraviolence is a well-designed, sturdy machine with a capable driver, Jeff Sesnick, at the controls. But his Robotica entry last year had a lot of trouble high-centering on these bricks. I'm not convinced they've solved that problem. If they do make it past the obstacle, they might be unstoppable in this event. But if they don't, look for Fury to make the most of the opportunity. Fury's got the ground clearance needed to get over just about anything, and Brian Ondov is a very calculating driver.
Thanks, Dan. Everything is in place and ready to go. Robots, start your engines.
Robots ready.
And here we go. It's Ultraviolence through the wood, having a bit of trouble, and now in the cans. Nice. Fury takes out the cans, heads into the first turn. Looks like he has a can stuck next to that chisel on top. Sweet. He's heading toward the bricks. Ultraviolence goes around turn one. He's into the bricks. There's the Ultraviolence cam as he smashes the block. And now Fury is trying to keep pace. He's through the bricks and hits the block. There's Ultraviolence at the halfway point. UV seems to be missing a wedge there, and he heads straight into Fury.
These two bots have reached an impasse, Amit. I don't think the straightaway is wide enough for them to get by, and that debris clogs it up even more.
Ultraviolence looking for a way to get by. Fury doesn't seem to be moving now, Dan.
No, and Ultraviolence has the wrong design to get past him here. Wedges are supposed to plow under, but with one of his missing, he keeps bouncing up the debris and on top of Fury, which is too tall a robot to climb over.
Ultraviolence has knocked Fury backwards. He may push him into the corner here and find room enough to squeeze by. There's Jeff Sesnick in front, and the Fury guys are behind him. They don't like what they're seeing. Ultraviolence may have an angle here. He tries again. Ooh, it's just too tight to get through. Fury is a monster bot that's clogging the trail. I don't know if he's still even functioning. Ultraviolence turning around now.
Yeah, I don't think Brian Ondov is going to like this, Amit, but Ultraviolence will probably use that thick blade as a ramming weapon. The damaged wedge hasn't been optimal. It's been costing Jeff a lot of time, and he is very skilled at driving backwards, having practiced with that weapon a lot.
Oh, look how easily it gets Fury's armor. If only Jeff was allowed to turn that blade on in this event, that'd be sweet.
Amit, this kind of weapon is exactly what prompted that safety measure. Contestants stand right next to the action here in the Gauntlet, and that blade would probably throw shards of metal out of the ring.
I'd like to see that anyway. Fury taking a beating here as he pushes into the corner. Now it looks like Ultraviolence is stuck.
You see that wedge design, Amit? He's moving now, but Ultraviolence has those free-floating wedges that try to bend under him when they get caught on debris. In fact, I see the other one at the first wood obstacle. I think it hit the bracket that holds the board in place and snapped off.
Fury moving now as they get back to the starting point, but he's been driven backwards 2 legs of the course. Ultraviolence trying to line up the ramp. Can Fury get moving here? That's what we got to ask ourselves. Ultraviolence heads up the ramp, backwards, and he's up. He goes through the glass, right down the first row. Now he's slowing it down a bit. That wedge looks like it's getting caught in the grate there. Another pane broken. He's being careful.
And he'll continue to go backwards here as much as possible with that wedge problem. This is a prime place for it to get stuck, and he doesn't want to give up those 15 bonus points.
There's a nice low angle of the mess Ultraviolence is making. Yeah, look at that blade. I can't wait to see that bad boy turned on. Ultraviolence is taking care of business here in the Gauntlet. He is still having trouble on that platform, though. If only that other wedge would break up, he'd be fine. He turns. There goes another pane, and now another. 3 panes left. Fury not fighting anymore. He may be dead now, and even if not, no way does he have time to circle this course and get up that ramp. Ultraviolence takes out one more, and there it is, the bonus pane. It's coming down. Time will not be a factor. Well, unless Jeff can't figure out what's going on with his control pad there. Now he's got the angle. He knows that. Yeah, baby! Ultraviolence has done it. It was some brutal work getting past his opponent, but Jeff Sesnick and his teammates have scored a big win here in round 1.
Amit, this contest really showed these bots' comparative strength under the hood. Fury lost drive power on his own before clearing the block, but Ultraviolence stayed functional even while driving Fury backwards 2 legs of the track, and his dependability gave him a big win.
And Ultraviolence takes the Gauntlet. It's Ultraviolence with 85 over Fury and his 30. Tanya is standing by with the winner. Tanya?
Here we have Jeff Sesnick and his team, Ultraviolence. Now, Ultraviolence is a powerful bot, and you started off pretty strong.
Yeah, we ran right through there. But I don't know, something wasn't quite right. We were having a hard time turning, but it didn't matter in the end.
Now, I know that Ultraviolence is made out of some pretty exotic materials, yet the wedge fell off.
Well, the wedge was held on with just plain steel hinges. The rest of it's titanium. We should have used titanium throughout. I don't think we would have had that problem. But yeah, we lost a ramp. And
Okay, and that also caused a few problems when you were trying to go over some of the obstacles, wasn't it?
Yeah, the floor in the center is kind of like a grate, and we kept getting the ramp stuck in that, so it was giving us a really hard time.
Okay, now what was going on with the pounding that you guys gave Fury?
Well, he was in our way, and we couldn't get by him. We just decided to push him out the other end where he started from so we could get by.
At one point, you actually started to drive right over him, or you tried to.
Well, whatever's the quickest way around him, we'll go over if we have to.
I would say that he was probably one of your biggest obstacles, wasn't
Yes,
he?
definitely.
Now, when you finally got up on the grate, you're having a hard time. Your wedge was getting stuck in there. Did you have any steering problems as well?
Yeah, we were having a hard time steering. I'm not sure if we bent something or what happened, but we'll check it out in the pits.
All right. Well, you are going over to the Labyrinth next, and are you going to make any modifications on your bot?
Yes, we're going to change our configuration, getting rid of the ramps so we don't get hung up on anything. We should be okay.
Cannot wait to see you in the next round of competition, the Labyrinth.
Thank you.
So with everyone through the gauntlet, here's how the scores stand. The Tick fends up Tiger Wood, y'all, 80-70, while Ultraviolence leads Fury 85-30. Coming up, the Labyrinth sinks its spikes in innocent robots. Who will come out alive? And later, the only way to move on in Robotica is to win the fight to the finish. Robotica gets more dangerous when we come back. How much more dangerous? Oh, I'd say danger times 10 to the 23rd or so. Robotica. Welcome back to Robotica. We just saw the Tick come from behind to put Tiger Wood in his place, and Ultraviolence smashed through every obstacle the Gauntlet can throw at him, including his opponent.
Here's how the scores look so far. Ultraviolence leads Fury 85-30, while the Tick leads Tiger Wood 80-70. We're coming up on the Labyrinth, but we've got a few things to take care of before we get there.
Right now, Dan Danknick is down in the pits. Daniel?
Thanks, guys. Let's go talk to the Tick.
Woo!
Now, Dave,
Hey.
Dave, I've got to say,
Hey, great match.
I've got to say, you really have me in a quandary here because I wouldn't have actually put any money on you winning this event. So please tell us all, how'd you do it?
I tell you what, I wanted to panic so bad through that whole course. But I tell you what, I had to sit there and constantly repeat to myself, calm down. And man, when they came up around me, I'm thinking, man, they're going to finish before me. I kept on saying, do it through calmly. Keep your head on you. I came around, and when I seen him up there, I actually began to panic a little bit, and I actually went up. I planned to spin around and go backwards, but I was so excited that I actually went up nose first, and my plexiglass nose here got caught on the arena floor. And I was thinking I was going to start backing down, but I seen that they were getting ready to knock down the last bit of planes, so I said, now or never. And I opened it up and made a nice little rear up in the air. The plexiglass gave away, and I went in there.
Great.
And then they come up on top, and I was surprised like you wouldn't believe. And then when they tried to come back around on top and rode me, I started making toothpicks. Great! And then when we backed up and they had to go off, that was awesome. And then when we were breaking the glass, I seen those. I swear to God, I thought they were going to come shooting back up on the stage and come out and push us off. I'm sitting there thinking, calm down, Dave. Don't get excited. They're going to come, but you need to get through that glass first. We broke that glass, and that's all she wrote, man. I tell you what, that was awesome.
That is definitely all she wrote, the story with the Tick. Good job, guys. Now, Tiger Wood, how are you guys going to regroup from this loss here?
Oh, hey, it's almost a dead heat. I know what the official score is, but we don't have us very far behind. When we meet them in the next round, it's going to be whoever takes that will win it all. If they win it, they deserve it. If we beat them in that one, then I think we'll get enough points to take the overall, and we'll go on, hopefully, and do something good in the competition.
That's great. Well, that's the story in the pits. Everybody's giving it 100%. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dan. If this next bot's design catches on, it could mean a boom in the logging industry. I'm serious about this. Let's get to know Tiger Wood. When woodworking whiz Errol Miller turned his interest to robot building, he did what came naturally. He headed to the nearest lumber yard. Though his choice of material will undoubtedly raise some eyebrows, Errol has full confidence in the oak-paneled Tiger Wood.
Some people might think that metal would be the preferred material because of its strength over wood, but I don't think that's necessarily true.
For instance, metal has a tendency to bend where wood holds firm. Another extra strength feature of Tiger Wood is its dovetailed joints. These V-shaped corners create a heavy-duty grip. Errol used a standard configuration for his power drive, 2 Bosch 750 motors, a chain drive transmission, and 2 18-amp batteries. With an innovative frame around a proven design, will Errol polish off the competition, or will his dream end up in splinters?
Tiger Wood is only 10 points behind, and that could all change in the Labyrinth. But before we get there, let's get to know the Tick. When David Gilson constructed his robot, he made the Tick's shell just as tough as a real tick by using strategically angled armor made of half-inch aluminum.
We're hoping that will deflect a lot of the blows, a lot of the hard blows that another bot might deliver.
The robot's wheels are also angled at 23 degrees to lower its profile and increase its stability. But the Tick is armed with more than just a durable exoskeleton. This bug's also got bites. David found his inspiration while perusing a local hardware store.
I happened to see that they had some nice 50-pitch chain sprockets. And I was looking at that and I'm thinking that would be a perfect weapon.
Blunter than saw blades, these teeth spin at 3,000 RPM. Making it easy to chomp through the competition.
We've put together a little test for our robots. It's called the Labyrinth. And when it's done with these boys, they'll be lucky if there's anything left for the fight to the finish. Here's how it works. 6 challenges guard 6 glass panes. The tougher the challenge, the more points the pane of glass is worth. Smash through them all and get past the gates of the final pane, and the bonus points are yours. And watch out for the Robotica rats. They're coming for you, baby.
Let's go down to Dan Danknick ringside.
Thanks, Tanya. I love the strength and mobility of Tiger Wood. He has the power and the ground clearance to go just about anywhere in the Labyrinth, but he could run into trouble if he's thrown by the flip ramp. If this cat doesn't land on his feet, he's through. And what about the Tick? He's got a unique design, but he's not nearly as powerful as Tiger Wood. But the Tick does have one chance. If he can manage to pop Tiger Wood's tires with those razor-sharp spikes of his, then he's going to come out on top. Back to you.
Thanks, Dan. And here they come for the Labyrinth. Tiger Wood on the left versus the Tick on the right. It's officially Labyrinth time. I love my job.
Robots ready.
The Labyrinth is underway. Tiger Wood doing a spin move, and now the Tick gets under him. Tiger Wood fights his way up, and he makes for the exit. He heads across the speed bumps. Here comes the Tick. Nah, they're going in separate ways. Here's the Tiger Cam as he heads across the spikes. Sweet timing. He's across and 15 points ahead. Tiger Wood spins and heads back out. The Tick is turning away from the rollers, it looks like.
Ahmed, I don't think he's comfortable with that limited traction trying to take on the rollers. This match is too close to get stranded early.
Well, he safely crossed the jump, and if he can get turned straight, he may go after the box. Tiger makes his way back out from the spike, heads over toward the bridge. He goes down, and oh, it looks like he's off the side.
Ahmed, his right side is still on the bridge. That's his heaviest side with the camera, so he should find some traction here.
He does, Dan. Good call. He tries to get himself turned correctly. That's 20 points ahead. He does have the overall lead now. The Tick still looking for points. Tick pushing that 253-pound box. He hits it a second time. Looks like he's got room to get past now. He's got those blades in front now in case there's a confrontation. And he gets the 15 points. Nice job. David Gilson very intent on his driving here. This is a close competition. Tick heads back across the arena, and Tiger Wood makes his way back across the bridge. There you see the Tiger Wood team. Tiger heads through the saloon doors. Looks like he's going for the rollers.
This is what the Tick avoided, but Tiger's four-wheel drive handles it easily.
Glass isn't broken, but knocking it down counts. 25 points for Tiger Wood. Just 2 obstacles left. There's Tiger Wood's hand coming back out from the rollers. He's got to get to the far corner. The Tick is already there. Through the saloon doors. Which one is he going for? Looks like the flip ramp. Oh, he's a long way away from it. Maybe a late start. Oh, just makes it across and 20 points ahead. Well done. The sand is the last obstacle. Who will get there first? This is huge. Tick trying to get the timing of the flip ramp. Here he goes. Oh, flipped on his back, and now the ramp comes down on top of him. He's spinning his tires there. David Gilson, he's seeing what he can do, but it doesn't look good.
No, Ahmed, those wheels are not touching the ground, and that glass breaker prevents him from running upside down.
Tiger Wood heads into the sand, easily done, and down comes the glass again. It doesn't break, but the points still count. That will do it for the obstacles. If Tiger Wood can get out cleanly, the bonus paint is his for the taking. Careful of that red rat. Tiger Wood pushes right past. Well, now where is it going? Tiger Wood past the exit gates. He's heading back. Well, I'll have to get past the gray rat now, who's stuck on the gate. The tick is done for. The ramp just smacking him on the head. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And here goes Tiger Wood into the gates. A good push. He gets himself on top of them. Pushes the gray red aside. And there it goes, baby! A solid performance. He racked up the points in the contest. The Tiger Wood team is going on to the fight to the finish. Woo! Nice! Good sportsmanship there as handshakes are exchanged with the competitors.
Ahmet unwilling to go after the cargo rollers, the Tick lost valuable time backpedaling. His one moment of hesitation cost him the match. Tiger Wood racked up the points, including the one the Tick wouldn't attempt, and he came out on top.
And Tiger Wood moves to the head of the class and the fight to the finish. It's Tiger Wood with 115 points over the Tick with 35. All right, let's check in with Tanya, who's down with the winner.
Here we have Errol Miller and his amazing team, Tiger Wood. You guys must be very happy right now.
We are tickled pink. We could not be happier. Could not be happier. We're extremely lucky, fortunate for that.
Well, it was a great start. So tell me right from the beginning, just to describe your way going all the way through
I think it was the second obstacle was the bridge. You got two wheels off of.
The suspension bridge.
The suspension bridge. So I gave it the gas and went up on there and broke the glass. And our coordinator here kind of helped me through the high point things that we needed to get in order to get a victory. And then Dave, of course, had a bad break at the end. I'd like to say it was close enough there.
So what was going through your mind at that time?
Well, the thing that was going through my mind mainly was that I had a timer to keep track of the 4 minutes, so we knew when it would open. The timer blew out just before we started, so I had no idea what the time was going to be. I tried counting on my fingers. That didn't work, so I just said the heck with it. And I just ran around, screamed, and yelled, and pointed Dave in directions, and he just came through for us.
What would you say was the biggest challenge in the Labyrinth?
It's definitely the sight in seeing where all the obstacles are and being able to get in a position where you can line your robot up going over the obstacles without getting off track.
What kind of weapon are you going to have next time?
We are going to have a lifting wedge that we're going to use. It meets the qualifications, and I think it'll do the job.
I think so too.
Tick was an incredibly tough competitor. Those guys are really tough to beat, but we're glad we're here.
But you guys did a great job. Well deserved. We're going on to the fight to the finish.
Yeah, way to go.
Great job.
Coming up, Ultraviolence and Fury face off in the Labyrinth. Only one of them will come out with their battery life intact. The other becomes a slave of the Labyrinth, never to be heard from again. And later, the fight to the finish comes into focus as we try to find our champion. Robotica will return in a moment. Keep your armor on. You don't want to miss this. Miss that other thing. This is way better. Robotica. Robotica is back. The Tick got scared off by the roller, so he went after the flip ramp instead. Poor choice, leaving Tiger Wood free to take the Labyrinth. The winner of tonight's game will move on to become one of 6 competitors in the Robotica finals at the end of the season.
Here's how the scores look going into the Labyrinth. It's Ultraviolence with 85 points over Fury with 30.
But before we turn them loose in there, let's go down to Dan Danknick in the pits.
Well, guys, there was some real ultraviolence out there in that last fight. Jeff, what's that smell?
That's the smell of burning drive motors.
How did you burn up your drive motors? This robot looks invincible.
I don't think we blew them up. I think they're just really, really hot.
So when they cool down, they should be working still?
They should be okay, yeah. We bent an axle and it put some extra drag on the drive system. I mean, we can barely turn this.
Okay, did you bring any spare axles?
Oh yeah,
So
bought plenty of spares.
So you have to drive a little bit more soberly in the next round so you don't bend up again?
We can't ram anybody in the next round.
Okay, great. Well, I'll let you get to work on that.
Thanks, Dan.
Great, let's see what Brian Ondov is doing with Fury. Well, it looks like you guys were on the receiving end of the big spinny blade on Ultraviolence. Any permanent lasting damage on Fury?
Most of this was pretty superficial.
Okay.
Not a lot of vitals in that area.
Right.
It didn't really do any damage to us.
No, the robot is big, and it was really hard for him to push around, but it looks like you lost some drive power out there.
Actually, what happened was we dropped the chain, which took out a whole side of our drivetrain. So we could still go forward and backwards a little, but we couldn't do any turning, so we just kind of had to let him push us around.
So you have a little bit more work to do on retensioning your chains?
Yeah.
You'll be good to go for the Labyrinth?
We hope so.
Okay, great. Well, that's the story in the pit. Everybody working hard. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Dan. Time to learn a little more about the 6-wheeled behemoth that we like to call Fury. Brian Ondov had 2 things in mind for Fury. Give it a spinning weapon and make it invertible.
The weapon will be steel pipe with a chisel with another one extending down this way. It'll be a total of 24 inches long. and it'll spin at around 3,000 RPM, which means the Chissels will move at around 214 miles an hour.
With such a long weapon, requirement number 2, invertibility, posed an interesting dilemma. Brian's ingenious solution was to build a triangular frame with drive wheels on every corner. This ensures that no matter its orientation, Fury will always have 4 wheels on the ground. 4 horses for the drive, 2 for the Chissels, and a custom circuit to prevent speed controller blowouts courtesy of teammate John Blackburn. This bot's got some serious potential.
Fury took a real beating in the Gauntlet, and the majority of those dents were dealt by a very special weapon, and that weapon belongs to the deadly Ultraviolence. Jeff Sesnick's Ultraviolence is a robot destined to live up to its name.
I think we have a winner on our hands this time, yeah. It's very aggressive, it's very strong, and I think that people are just going to be afraid of it.
And who wouldn't be afraid of this? The Spinning Blade O' Death.
It started out as a 57-pound chunk of metal, which we wheeled down to 10 pounds, and it's very, very hard, very, very strong.
This devastating wheel of steel can go from 0 to 7,000 revolutions per minute in 3 seconds. That translates to over 300 miles per hour at the tip. Anything in its path would be well advised to run away. With Jeff and his team at the controls, Ultraviolence is ready to take anything Robotica can throw at him.
Let's see how our robots do when they put their motors where their mouths are. They're about to run the Labyrinth, and if they can make it there, they can make it anywhere.
Let's go down to Dan Danknick, who is standing ringside as we speak.
Thanks, Tanya. You know, we're always talking about which bot has a better design, but sometimes it all comes down to fabrication. Which robot is built the best? During the Gauntlet, Fury threw a chain disconnecting his motor from his wheel. Will it happen again? It could. On the other hand, Ultraviolence is a finely crafted machine. Don't expect mechanical failure from this veteran. I have to give him the edge. Back to you.
Thanks, Dan. Now entering the turntable, it's Fury on the left facing off against Ultraviolence on the right. Everyone's in position and we're ready to run the Labyrinth.
Robots ready.
And here we go. Oh, yes! Both competitors firing up those weapons. Yeah! What a clash! This is what I've been waiting for. Tooth and nail in the turntable. Ah, I love this. Ultraviolence sneaks away now and Fury charges but misses. It looks like Ultraviolence is going for the sand.
He prepped for this obstacle with those middle wheels, Amit. You see those white hubcaps? They have paddles on them for digging through the sand.
And here comes Fury. Oh, sparks up Ultraviolence's side. Now they're locked up. Ultraviolence spinning his wheels and Fury still after him. Ultraviolence gets 25 points. Fury's looking for a knockout punch, baby. But those Chissels seem off balance. More sparks. Ultraviolence squeezes by, but Fury lost the Chissel. It's in the sand. Ultraviolence is lining up the ramp. He turns around, maybe going for an attack here. The blade is spinning. No, he heads over the ramp, and he gets 20 points. He's got that blade ready for offense, though, as he comes back across. And here he goes. Oh, yeah, right into Fury's side. It looks like he knocked a panel loose, and Fury retreats over the speed bumps.
The rats are out, Amit, but they don't want to get involved here. Both of these weapons are much stronger than the rats' thin saw blades.
Ultraviolence takes up the chase now. Oh, yeah, he takes a piece out of Fury, pins him against the wall. Fury is not fighting back. He may have gotten more than he can take. Ultraviolence heads away now. He keeps that blade spinning, but it looks like he's going for points now. Oh, off the rail. Now he's going for the spikes.
And this obstacle would clinch it for him. These 15 points right here have now given him an insurmountable overall lead. With 3 obstacles left, it's show-off time for Ultraviolence.
He's safely back out. The gray rat still not ready to get in his way.
Amit, check out Ultraviolence's tires. They're wobbling offline, indicating a bent axle or two. He needs to avoid any further damage.
Tops into the window, Danny. Skies off the bridge for 20 more. Fury, meanwhile, not moving.
Well, last round, Brian Ondov's machine lost a chain, but still had partial mobility. This looks like a complete catastrophic failure. Either they threw multiple chains or maybe burned their batteries using that weapon.
Ultraviolence comes back safely across the bridge. He bypasses Fury, actually bumps him a couple of times there. Nicely done. Uh-oh. Now he's getting that blade going again. What's he planning? Is Jeff going to go after the rats next? Please make it happen. Red rat stuck in the turntable. Oh, yeah, pieces go flying. Half the rat's face is gone. Ultraviolet starts ramming him out of the way.
Amit, you can see the bent saw blade of the red rat. He can't even fight back.
Ultraviolet has pushed him back through the gate, but time has not yet expired, so he can't follow him through. Looks like Ultraviolet is going to go after the last two obstacles. He turns that blade of death toward the box. He's going to use it as his pushing surface, and he drives it backwards effortlessly, looking to get in position for the glass here.
Amit, those bent axles may be causing him some steering troubles right now.
He's working through it, though, and gets the glass for 15 points. The rollers are all that's left. Jeff Sesnick looking for the shutout here. Ultraviolet leaps across the jump, hits the rail hard. Oh, I'm worried about that rail. Yeah, I can see those steering troubles you're talking about there, Dan. Ultraviolet is trying to turn glass breaker first to head across the rollers. He bounces across the speed bumps, lines up the shot. He's through the rollers and through the glass. The last 25 points are his. Beautiful job. Fury has not moved since halfway through this game.
Well, a disappointing turn of events for Brian and his team, but I guarantee you they did some damage to Ultraviolet.
And the siren sounds. Ultraviolet heads back across the jump, no problems. He left the red rat wounded at the gate. Let's see if he can get past him now. He turns glass breaker first here, going to use that pole to help push the gate down. Well, no, he lowers the pole, going to go at it straight. He misjudges, hits the wall, takes another shot. The rat is clogging the path. Jeff wants these last 30 points, if only for pride. Oh, blade first. I think I know what he's going to do. Right at the red rat. Nice. More rodent parts go flying. And now the gray rat is sneaking in. Right behind him. Ultraviolet turns around. Ooh, yeah, rat chunk. Rat bot goes flying. Gray's not moving. This is ugly. Oh, and again. Oh, more rat parts on the floor. Gray rat finally coming to his senses. Scurries away. Scared. Smart move. Ultraviolet goes after the gate, and red rat's still in the way. And now the gray rat gets revenge. Climbs on top of Ultraviolet. He's in pieces, but still fighting. Oh, Ultraviolet doesn't want to put up with that. But time is running out. Can he get the final pane of glass down?
Amit, Jeff has to worry about using up his batteries. He's chased the rats away. He's on the gate now, but he's barely moving anymore.
Fight through it, boy. You're almost there. He's inching forward. So close. Oh, he just gets it. Not a resounding finish, but it counts. Jeff Sesnick has caused more destruction in the last few minutes than we saw in the Labyrinth all last season. Beautiful.
Amit, Fury needed a knockout punch in order to catch up, and he did come out swinging, but he couldn't overcome his endurance problems. And with Ultraviolet destroying everything in his path, Jeff Sesnick came out with a big win.
And Ultraviolet takes the Labyrinth. It's Ultraviolet with 150 points over Fury with 0. What a run. He'll be moving on to the fight to the finish. Tanya's down with our winner right now.
All right, here we have Jeff Sesnick and his team representing the ever-so-violent Ultraviolet. Whoa, what a round of competition that was. Tell me, what was your strategy going into that?
Well, our strategy was to take out the other guy first and then run around and get all the points. It worked.
And I loved your secret weapon. I love the whole noise that it made before it went on, kind of increased the tension that was going on.
Right.
Is it supposed to be like that?
Yes, it's very scary.
It is very scary. And it goes, what, 7,000?
7,000 RPM, about 300 miles an hour at the tip.
And I saw what you did to the rats.
that was plan B, is to kill a couple rats while we were at it. So.
You know, usually the rats do the chewing on our show, but not this one. Did you see the chunk that you took out of the rat?
Yeah, we want to get a closer look at him here in a few minutes. But.
And the entire course is littered with debris now from Fury and the rats. What problems did you see, maybe? What were you a little bit afraid of there?
Well, it looked like we did kind of get hung up in the sand a little bit, but then we got out, and Fury was still hammering on us a little bit, and they were kind of a nuisance, so we decided to get them out of the way so we could get the glass better.
And there were sparks flying everywhere. What happened to your bot?
Probably nothing at all.
Yeah, nothing.
It might have been a couple axles, but that's all.
Now the ending. What happened at the ending? You crawled to a stop. You couldn't get over the last bridge.
We had a rat in our way, and it couldn't get out of the way on its own, and I think we used up all our battery beating on it and cutting on it.
I don't think the rat was in your way. I think you guys killed it. That's what happened. Just want you to know, this is amazing. 150-0 in this round in the Labyrinth. Great work. You guys are going on to the fight to the finish.
Great.
Good job.
Thank you.
When we come back, Ultraviolet and Tiger Wood get nasty in the fight to the finish. They'll roll up their itty-bitty robotic sleeves and duke it out as only robots can when we come back. The fight to the finish is around the corner. You don't want to be any closer than you are when this goes down. It ain't pretty. Robotica. Welcome back to Robotica, and what a show we've had tonight! Ultraviolence taught Fury a thing or two about combat as he destroyed the weaker bot with no mercy.
After a shellacking in the Gauntlet, Tiger Wood came back and made kindling out of the tick in the Labyrinth.
After their turns in the Labyrinth, both Tiger Wood and Ultraviolence had repairs to make that were quite standard and fairly simple.
Shift of position. This motor shifted position slightly.
That's a bearing. And I don't
grab the wires, shake the wires.
Well, we have some bent axles that we got to take care of, but it doesn't look too terribly bad. A little hammer and we should be okay.
With only minor fixes to make on their machines, the real comparison will come down to their weapons.
It moves in an up and down position, and it's a simple lifting arm. And hopefully, if we can get some weight off the tires, it'll reduce their traction. We can try to give them a shove.
While Tiger Wood speculates about his weapon's effectiveness, Ultraviolence has already proven his.
Looked like it worked just like we wanted.
Oh, yeah.
We took a pretty big piece out of those rats, too, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Ultraviolence is susceptible to the lifting plate if Tiger Wood gets beside him, but Tiger is susceptible to Ultraviolence's blade at any angle, and their team knows it.
Off him, that'll probably cut into us pretty good.
Yeah,
so hopefully we'll see some splinters flying, and we'll try to get a couple good licks in the fight to the finish.
The fight to the finish will be all about position. Tiger Wood needs to get it, or else he'll really get it.
We've eliminated the rest. Now we're left with the best. But only one can move on to the Robotica finals. That's right, there can be only one. And to find him, we've devised a battle so brutal, it could only be called the fight to the finish. And here's how it works. Two robots enter this platform and battle it out for 1 minute. When that minute's up, the safety gates drop and the last man standing moves on to the finals. I don't think I need to tell you what happens to the guy that goes over the side. You know what time it is. It's time for the fight to the finish. Let's do this, robot. And so it all comes down to this. There's Errol Miller and the Tiger Wood team in the skybox. And here's Tiger Wood. He's proven a wooden robot can succeed here at Robotica. Now the question is just how far it can go. And there's Jeff Sesnick and the Ultraviolence crew. Ultraviolence is a machine of pure destruction. This is the event it was ultimately made for. Both bots have withstood every challenge thrown at them so far. Now they'll have to withstand each other. Let's see who will come out the top.
Robots ready.
Here we go! Tiger Wood heads sideways, dodges that spinning blade of Ultraviolence. Tiger trying to stay out of the line of fire. Oh! Booyah! Chino goes flying. Ultraviolence tries to get in position for another hit and recharges that weapon. Tiger dodges the blow. Nice job. Oh, but he's stuck against the rail, and that blade hits again! Tiger's lost both of his tire guards now. Ultraviolence does not have the blade going anymore. He raises that arm. Looks like they'll turn it into a pushing match for a while. He slams Tiger into the rail. Tiger tries to drive free, hits the corner. He still does have a solid chance here if he can get beside Ultraviolence just as the gates drop. He circles for position. Uh-oh, this can't be good. Ultraviolence firing up the blade again. Oh, now Tiger Wood is trying to dodge the blow. He bounces off every rail circling the ring, and Ultraviolence hits him anyway. And now Tiger's on top of him, a bad place to be as Tiger circles back to the corner. Ultraviolence smashes him again, and there goes the gate. Tiger's lost the wheel end. There he goes. Ultraviolence tosses him over the edge and into the spikes. The Tiger's days are over. Ultraviolence has emerged as the victor. He's got himself a spot in the Robotica finals. Nicely done.
Ultraviolence takes it. Great job.
Thanks. Amit, a wooden robot, couldn't have been a more spectacular opponent for Ultraviolence. After the first strike, Tiger Wood did everything he could to avoid that spinning blade and get position on Ultraviolence. But after a few more run-ins with that vicious weapon, there wasn't enough left of Tiger to put up a fight. When the gates came down, Ultraviolence sent him flying.
And Tiger Wood starts to fall, but gravity does the rest. Ultraviolence picks up the gold medal and will be returning in the finals at the end of the season. So stick around because we've got more with Jeff Sesnick when we return. Robotica.